This episode of Dan 3.0 is brought to you by the HP DV7T with Beats Audio and the Smart Intel Core i5 processor. Hey world! Revision 3 username ConeCod submitted a task called Name the New Place You Live the Pogo Pad, where they tell me to name this place the Pogo Pad. Okay, do I need to do anything to make it, like, official? Do I need to be like, I declare thee the Pogo Pad? I think we need, like, a sign. Give me, like, 5 minutes here. Okay, you ready to be amazed? Here it is! Now, the apartment, I guess the Pogo Pad is still mostly empty, so all I had to make the sign out of was the back of a pizza box and a Sharpie. But see, I know that it's a crappy sign, and that's why I wrote in the corner sign version 1.0. If any of you guys have any ideas as to how we could make a version 2.0 Pogo Pad sign that would be a lot better, I'd be glad to hear it. But until then, let's hang this one up. Do you guys want a tour of the Pogo Pad? I'm gonna give you a tour of the Pogo Pad. So this little nook we're in right now, that's the front door. There's the Pogo Pad sign, there's a window, there's a mirror. Hello. Hello. Eventually we're probably gonna have like a nice little rug there and a little desk table thing here with like a guest book for people to sign when they show up at our place. But yeah, this part's boring. Let's go to the kitchen. This is the kitchen. And that made me pretty dizzy. We got a gas stove. All of our dishes will eventually go in this hunker-do right here, but until we have our dishes, we've got paper plates and plastic cups. Oh, and you'll probably notice that all along the wall here we have avocados, and they actually go all the way around the kitchen. There's some avocados. There are a couple avocados, there's some avocados. It's pretty sweet. But beyond the avocados, it's just a fairly typical kitchen. You can tell looking at our kitchen sink that we're very definitely not moved in. We're just using these plastic Tupperware for cereal bowls. But okay, that's enough kitchen. Let's take you down the hall. And we'll go to the room where we started this video. Living room. This room is entirely empty except for this stuff over here, which is basically just a pile of all the stuff that we don't have any use for right now or any place for right now. We're just throwing it in here, and we figure after the moving company comes and brings the rest of our stuff, we'll sort everything out at the same time. But okay, try to visualize what this is eventually going to look like with me. Over there, we're going to have some sort of a sofa or a couch or whatever you want to call it. Over there, we're going to have, you know, curtains for those windows. Over here we're going to have a TV and all of our gaming consoles and everything. On the floor we're probably going to have some sort of like an area rug and like a coffee table, and we'll probably have art on the walls, and it'll just be a lovely little living room. Anywho, let's check out the, if I can open it, bedroom. There's really not much to report in here. We got some painting supplies down there, and we got some our empty suitcases right there. Eventually there's going to be a bed in here. The closet's going to be full of clothes. We're going to have curtains for the windows. The one thing that is worth pointing out in here right now, though, is that the ceiling is kind of like a cloudscape almost. It's like the color of the sky with wisps of white. It's kind of neat. And then right next to the bedroom, we have the bathroom. And honestly, this could be like the coolest room in the whole house. The whole thing is just like a friggin' piece of art. I mean, look at that door. It's like a tree, and then you go down, and there's like a road, and then you keep going down, and it goes onto the floor. Oh my god, that's so crazy! It's even on the ceiling, man! But aside from just being a piece of art, I really like the bathtub that we have, and I also really like this extendable mirror. Maybe I'm a nerd for liking this extendable mirror, but hello. Which leads us to the final room, and I've got to be quiet because Danielle's sleeping in it. And because she's sleeping, I'm actually just going to show you B-roll of that room and then talk about it. So yeah, that room's eventually going to become the study where like my computer stuff is, where I'll be like filming and editing and all that jazz. But in the meantime, that one room is basically just where we're living. We're keeping our clothes folded up on the bookshelf. The other shelf is just being used right now to store like computers and stuff. But yeah, the only furniture we have in the entire apartment are in the study. They're the two oversized beanbag chairs. And those two beanbag chairs pretty much define our entire existence right now. That's where we go when we want to sit, that's where we go when we want to sleep, that's where we go when we want to eat. But they are pretty comfortable. Okay, that's the end of the tour. I've showed you everything. Let's move on now. If you've been watching D3.0 regularly recently, you know that over the past few weeks, the HP DV7T laptop with Beats Audio inside has been a sponsor quite a bit. And this thing is a beast. It is a beautiful piece of machinery. I'll talk a little bit more about its specs later, but first, HP and Intel have actually been sponsoring a few different specific tasks here on Dan 3.0. Musically oriented tasks, I should clarify. We let you guys vote on which musically oriented tasks wanted to see. Last Friday, we completed the runner-up task of using found sounds to make an epic beat. And today, pretty soon here, I'm going to be completing the winner, receiving over 35,000 votes. That's 78% of the total popular vote. You guys pretty decidedly want me to challenge someone to a beatboxing competition. Okay, let's go somewhere where things are a little bit less echoey. Okay, we good? We cool? Awesome. So okay, here's the deal. You guys didn't specify who I had to challenge in a beatboxing competition, so I am going to challenge all of you. I'm gonna beatbox here for about 30 seconds or so, and if you think that you could beatbox a better beatbox than the beatbox that I'm about to beatbox, then post your beatbox as a video response. So okay, let's do this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit embarrassed about doing this, a little bit nervous about doing it, I guess, but I'm just gonna get over it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Word. So yeah, that's that. If you've got a beatbox you'd like to show the world, make sure you post it as a video response on YouTube. And again, I'd like to thank HP and Intel for making these tasks happen. The HP DV7T with Beats audio inside right here is a fantastical laptop. With the Intel Core i5 processor, the DV7T laptop here doesn't even blink when it comes to playing the latest game, watching an HD movie, or managing a massive music library. If you're big into music, this laptop has a built-in subwoofer for studio quality sound. It's got a brilliant HD display. It's got a built-in True Vision webcam for crystal clear chatting. It's got a brushed aluminum case. Thank you once again to HP and Intel, not only for sponsoring this episode, but also for sponsoring the episodes with the Singamajig beat, the episode where I made a beat out of found sounds, and everything else that they've done to make Dan3.0 as successful as it's been. You guys are great, and so is your laptop. Anywho, that just about does it for today's episode of Dan3.0. Thank you oh so very much for tuning in. Tune in again on Wednesday when we'll be getting a little bit into the holiday spirit. Rest in peace, Captain Beefheart.